Ladies and gentlemen, this is Knute Johnson reporting for Hudson Raider Soccer. Tonight we have your Hudson Raiders versus the Rice Lake Warriors at the home field here. Controlling the ball for Hudson is Savannah Jensen, number 5, trying to get it out on the right wing there. Touched back on defense to number 12, Ellie Young in the back. Rice Lake intercepts, moving into their attacking third of the field. Jensen with the ball, slots the ball up to number 18, Stella Duffy. Ball goes out of bounds. Off Duffy, and that's going to be a Rice Lake Warrior throw-in. And the free kick for the Warriors, number 15, is Madeline Aragoni there for Rice Lake. Ball goes out of bounds off Rice Lake, and it's going to be a Hudson throw-in. Taking the throw-in for Hudson's number 18, Stella Duffy, the freshman midfielder for Hudson. Touched out of bounds by Rice Lake. It'll be Hudson's ball with the throw-in again. Duffy with the throw, number 18. Hudson switches fields there. Ball comes back to the midfield. Number 23 is Madison Danielson, the junior for Hudson, on the ball. Rice Lake intercepts, gets it out to the left wing there. That's number 6, Ella Weber for Rice Lake. Gets it back to number 2, Katie Buckley. Hudson intercepts. That's number 8, Marley Johnston there with a touch on the ball. Goes back to Rice Lake. It's going to be a free kick there. Center referee pushes the Hudson Raiders back. They got to give 10 yards, and he does. Easy to see with the markers on the field. Shot into goal there. It's stopped by McKenna Olson, the goalkeeper for the Hudson Raiders. McKenna Olson punts the ball away. Gets the ball near midfield into the center arc there. Headed up by Hudson's forwards, touchdown by the Rice Lake Warriors. Ball goes out of bounds. I believe that's off of Hudson. That's off of number 25, Ani Lewis, and that'll be a Rice Lake throw-in on the right flank. Touched by number 20, that's Captain Sarah Weber, the midfielder senior for the Rice Lake Warriors. Hudson with the ball, comes out to the right side on defense. Ball's touched out of bounds by Duffy, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Warriors. Danielson for Hudson tries to slot a ball through the center. No Hudson Raider there. Goes back to the center D's for the Warriors. Back to Madison Danielson. Gets the ball over to Marley Johnson in the center midfield position, who tries to get it to the left side. Intercepted by Rice Lake. Touched out. Intercepted by Hudson. Ani Lewis with the ball right now for the Raiders. Gets it back to Danielson in the middle. Danielson sends a ball up towards Savannah Jensen. The ball goes out the end line there, and that'll be a goal kick for the Rice Lake Warriors. 0-0 score in the early minutes here in Rice Lake at Puglund Field in Rice Lake. And taking the goal kick is the Rice Lake Warriors center back. Short kick, headed by Madison Danielson. Number 10 for the Warriors is Mickey Booth. Number 20 for the Raiders, Massini gets a shot off there. Cameron Massini, number 20, the junior midfielder for the Hudson Raiders, pops a ball about 2 feet over the 8-foot height bar of the goalpost there. A good opportunity with Massini breaking through, collecting the ball, and getting a shot off. Ball goes out the end line there, off of Massini with the shot, and it will be a Rice Lake Warrior goal kick, intercepted by Savannah Jensen there. Defender for Rice Lake under pressure there, number 15, is Madeline Aragoni. The senior defender kicks it out of bounds. Hudson takes the throw in. Massini trying to get the ball to Johnston. Johnston to Danielson. Rice Lake intercepts. Number 13 for Hudson is Carly Tewinkle. Gathers the ball in. Massini touches it out to the left flank there. It's Ani Lewis with the shot. Goes wide left of the goal. It'll be another goal kick for the Rice Lake Warriors. This one a little more length on it, but nonetheless intercepted by Madison Danielson, who sends it up to the left side there. Center back for Rice Lake punches the ball out of the goal penalty box area there. Rice Lake touches it up. Midfielder Ella Young gets a touch. I'm sorry, that's Ashley Anderson, number 11 for the Raiders, gets a touch on that ball. Massini on the left side of the field for the Raiders. Chips it into the middle there, trying to get to Danielson. Stella Duffy with the ball now for the Raiders, intercepted by the Rice Lake Warriors. Ball goes out of bounds off the Rice Lake Warriors, and that should be a Hudson throw. They're going to say it was carried out by, or last touch by Duffy, and they're going to give the throw. They're calling a penalty there as they place the ball on the spot of the foul. It'll be a free kick from that spot. Jensen fighting for the ball, back taps to Danielson. Danielson chips it up, tries to get it to Massini, number 20 for the Raiders. Massini settles the ball, gets it over to Johnston, number 8 in the center midfield spot. Ani Lewis coming up from the left defensive position into an attacking spot for the Raiders, but the ball goes out of bounds, and it's going to be it's going to be a throw-in or a free kick here. Not quite sure until right there it is. It's a free kick, so I don't know if that was a handball or what the referee called. Sorry, folks. Kick is taken by Rice Lake, but I think punched out of bounds, self-inflicted wound there by the Warriors, and Hudson's Ani Lewis takes the throw in for the Raiders. On a nice quick start for the Raiders, ball gets touched out of bounds there. Number 17, Liz Collinson, is there for the Raiders. That should be a throw-in for the Hudson Raiders. Johnston with the ball. Lewis with the ball for the Raiders now. Tries to send a ball to the center. Nobody there for Hudson. Intercepted by the Warriors. Liz Collinson fights for that ball. Has a give and go back to her. And Rice Lake uses Liz Collinson. And the ball goes out the end line there. And it's going to be a goal kick for the Warriors again. In goal for the Rice Lake Warriors today is number 1 senior goalkeeper Brooke Olson, whose apparently younger sister Mac Olson, number 10, is the backup. Hudson Raiders on the attack again. Stella Duffy trying to win a ball there. Rice Lake gains possession. Savannah Jensen gets it back, gets it on the right side of the goal, gets a shot. It's pushed out. That's going to be a corner kick for the Hudson Raiders. First of the game for your Hudson Raiders. 7:15 into the game. Score is 0-0 with Rice Lake and your Hudson Raiders here, and we're at Rice Lake's Pug Lund Field today in beautiful weather. Hudson goes 2-on-1, taps the ball. Liz Collinson, number 17, brings it in toward the goal box there, crosses it right across the face of the goal. Shot by Tewinkle, stopped by goalkeeper Brooke Olson there. Ball comes back out. Tewinkle sets it up. Another ball into the shins of a Warrior defender. Warriors trying to clear the ball out of the attacking zone for the Raiders. Ball goes out of bounds off Rice Lake. That's off number 2, Katie Buckley. That'll be a throw-in for the Raiders. And this is Stella Duffy taking the throw to Jensen. Again, Duffy takes the throw. Battling hard for the ball there is Cameron Massini and a Rice Lake Warrior. Duffy ends up with the ball but kicks it out of bounds. That's going to be a Rice Lake Warrior throw in there from the spot it went out. Ball goes right out of bounds without entering the field of play, and that'll be a throw in for the Hudson Raiders. Duffy to take the throw, takes the throw to Jensen's feet. Jensen gets around one defender, slots the ball past another defender, gets it to Massini up on the top right side there. Ball goes out of bounds off Rice Lake. It'll be another throw in for your Hudson Raiders. Duffy again with the throw for the Raiders. Ball's put into the corner, and Jensen lets that just run right out of bounds without being touched, and that's going to be a goal kick for the Warriors. I don't believe Rice Lake has gotten the ball back in Hudson's defensive third, which is great for Hudson. Good to see high pressure put on by the Hudson Raiders. There's a ball that crosses the center line there, but it's immediately touched away by Ashley Anderson, number 11, the defender for the Raiders. Ball is sent back up to Massini. Massini on the left flank gets the ball out to the left side with Liz Collinson, who tries to chip it in, hits the backside of the Warrior twice on two different attempts, and now the Warriors get it out to the outside. Ani Lewis wins that ball, trying to keep it in bounds, and does. Gets it to Collinson, back to Ani. Ani with the ball, chips it in toward Massini in the center. Massini gets past one defender, see if she can manufacture some space for a shot. She can't. Ball is taken away by the Warriors. Jensen hustles for this ball, keeps it in bounds for the Raiders. It's knocked out of bounds right away by number 15, Madeline Aragoni, the senior defender for Rice Lake. Stella Duffy taking the throw for the Raiders. Back passes to Ashley Anderson, number 11 for the Raiders, who back passes to Ella Young, number 12. Young gets the ball over to Ani Lewis on that left defensive side again, getting the ball up to Marley Johnston, number 8, and over to Maddie Danielson, 23. Good passing by the Hudson Raiders today, folks. Intercepted by the Warriors. Ball is sent upfield, but Ella Young gathers it in for Hudson, and back passes to Ani Lewis, number 25 for the Hudson Raiders. Lewis gets the ball up to Jensen. Can't control that ball. Regathers, but Rice Lake steps in. Hudson actually takes a shot there. Excuse me. Brooke Olson, number 1 for the Rice Lake Warriors, has trouble collecting that ball, but eventually does and punts the ball out. Lewis gets the ball up to Collinson on that left side for the Raiders again. Back to Johnston in the middle. Nobody's marking Danielson in the middle, who steps in, give and go with Marley Johnston. Cameron Massini gets a little bit of space there, but not quite enough to shoot. Number 18, Stella Duffy, gets a shot. Touched by Cameron Massini, but not controlled, and the goalkeeper, Brooke Olson, gathers that ball in and punts it away again. Another short punt, nowhere near the midfield mark there. Ball bounces 2 or 3 times and out of bounds. That ball's going to go to the Hudson Raiders for a throw, and Stella Duffy, outside midfielder for the Raiders, is going to take this throw once again. Ball goes to the feet of Jensen, can't control it. Rice Lake gets a touch, but gets tripped. That'll be a free kick for Rice Lake at the spot of the foul. Taking the kick for Rice Lake is going to be senior defender Madeline Aragoni from the left D position. Stepping in is Madison Johnson, but Aragoni still stays to take that kick. Number 15, and does. Switching fields to the right side there. Ball is back tapped. Rice Lake still in control, sends it out to the right side forward there. Hudson intercepts. Ani Lewis sends it back. Ball just being knocked around here. No one really controlling possession. Ashley Anderson, number 11, with the ball off of Ani Lewis. Ball goes out of bounds. That's going to be a throw-in for the Rice Lake Warriors. Looks to be number 5, Rosa Bixler, the sophomore midfielder, with this throw. Bright sunshine here, a little bit hard to see the numbers in some cases here. Rice Lake in their most effective attack of the day here. Hudson, just the Hudson defender there, I think that was Ella Young, sent that ball out of bounds. That's going to be a corner kick for the Rice Lake Warriors for their first corner of the day. Deciding not to go 2-on-1, this will be a ball that's probably going to be lofted in toward the goal box area. And it is. Ball's up in the air, bounces around, goes over the head of a Rice Lake Warrior. Savannah Jensen tries to get the ball out for Hudson and does. Cameron Massini up on top trying to get past the defender. Can't quite get by her with the first attempt. Ball gets sent out. See if Jensen can get there. She cannot. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Rice Lake Warriors. Jensen sends a ball up there, but there's no Hudson Raiders that far in advance on the field. If there were, they would have been offsides. And so Brooke Olson for the Rice Lake Warriors gathers the ball in and punts it away. Bit of a serious threat on the corner kick for the Rice Lake Warriors is across the whole goal box and goal face area for the Hudson Raiders. And finally it was kicked out by the Raiders. Stella Duffy with the ball in Hudson's back third now. Tries to get the ball up to Danielson. Ball goes back and forth with Rice Lake and Hudson. Stella Duffy steps up, takes it again, gets the ball up toward Massini. Intercepted by Rice Lake. Back in Duffy's control now. Duffy with the left foot taps it to Massini. Massini wheels, turns, and fires, but right to a Rice Lake Warrior. Ani Lewis now on the ball for Hudson. She back passes to Ashley Anderson, the center back for the Raiders. Anderson gets it up to Maddie Danielson. Danielson tries to flick it up to Marley Johnston. Johnston turns to the center, tries to get some space for maneuvering and does. Ball back to Anderson for the Raiders. Slots the ball over to Jensen. Jensen turns, gets the ball upfield to number 18, Duffy. Duffy on the right flank, crosses the ball in. There's a nice shot by Marley Johnston on a half volley in the air. It goes about 3 feet over the 8-foot post, and Hudson is 2 for 2 with high shots over the center goal post for the potential scoring opportunities. Warriors take another free kick, another short free kick. Ball's gathered in by Maddie Danielson. Matt Danielson chips it up too far, goes out the end line to be a goal kick for the Rice Lake Warriors. Goal kick is taken. Hudson wins that ball. Goes out of bounds off the Rice Lake Warriors, and that'll be a throw in for Hudson. In for Hudson, number 10, Emma Blank is now in that right forward position on top. Massini fights to win a ball here. Duffy battles for it, falls down. Rice Lake has the ball, but it's intercepted by Ashley Anderson. Now Danielson gets a touch. Centered back to Ella Young for Hudson, number 12. She switches fields to the left side. Liz Collinson with the ball, slots it up, trying to get it to Massini, number 20 there. And Rice Lake just pounds that ball out of bounds. That'll be a throw in for the Hudson Raiders. Ball bouncing inside the penalty box area. 18 yards out. Liz Collinson with the ball on the left side now. Chips it in toward the center. Goalkeeper tries to get a hand, but that ball is headed in by the Hudson Raiders. Cameron Massini, number 20, gets the goal on the header on a bouncing ball. Goalkeeper number 1, Brooke Olson for the Rice Lake Warriors, could not handle the ball cleanly in the air, and Cameron Massini gets a nice header into the goal for a 1-0 lead at the 16:54 mark for your Hudson Raiders. Hudson leads the contest 1-0 in Big River's action here tonight. Rice Lake prepares to take the kickoff. Down a goal. Good start for the Raiders, about 16 minutes in to get that first goal. This could easily be a 5-6-0 game today if the Raiders play their game. They're dominating possession here. Passing well, but could control the ball a little bit more in open space, and it wouldn't hurt to have a little more speed to get some potential breakaways and go 1v1 with the goalkeeper once in a while here. It'd be great to see. And Rice Lake prepares to take the kickoff here as soon as the referees are ready. Not sure what the delay is here. Maybe it's meant for me to fill in by singing show tunes from the 40s. Or not. In the frame for Rice Lake, number 14, Leanne Konenberg. Number 5 is Rosa Bixler. And closest to us here is number 2, Katie Buckley for the Warriors. For Hudson in the picture, now leaving some field, so we're getting some substitutions coming onto the field here. We'll have to get them as we see their numbers better. Emma Blank, number 10, nearest us. Cameron Massini on the bottom of the arc in the circle. And ready to take the kickoff, I believe, now for the Rice Lake Warriors. Let's watch our center referee here. Switching sides from left forward to right forward as Savannah Jensen goes back to the right and Emma Blank goes to the left. That was dramatic. Rice Lake takes the kickoff. Back passes to their center midfield. Ball's intercepted by number 15, Mackenzie Myers for Hudson. Emma Blank touches the ball out of bounds, and that's going to be a throw-in for the Rice Lake Warriors. Rice Lake struggling to maintain possession today. Can't get more than a pass or two off before the ball's intercepted by the Hudson Raiders. Mackenzie Myers for the Raiders can't control that. Rice Lake wins the ball. The pass is sent way too far upfield. And that's McKenna Olson, the goalkeeper for the Hudson Raiders, who gathers the ball, punts it away, gets it into the center circle. Cameron Massini battling for the ball, but Rice Lake wins that ball. Madison Daniels immediately wins it back, tries to slide a ball up to Jensen, hits the back of Madeline Aragoni, who turns and controls it for a nanosecond. And number 11, Ashley Anderson for Hudson wins the ball, touched off of Ella Young, into the middle to Carly Tewinkle, back to Anderson, back to Young. Hudson, much better control and possession with the ball. Slots it up to the left midfielder there who can't control. Ball goes over to Rice Lake, who immediately passes it back to Hudson. And Ella Young playing with Anderson there in the middle again. Anderson can't control. Number 2 is Katie Buckley for Rice Lake, wins that ball, but she doesn't know what to do with it. So she sends the ball to McKenna Olson of Hudson, who gathers it in and punts it away again. A real total ineptitude for offensive attack for the Rice Lake Warriors today, folks. I will be extremely surprised if this isn't ending up a shutout for your Hudson Raiders. Madison Danielson, number 23, with the ball, back to Ella Young. Young has plenty of time to think about it, trying to evade the forechecker. That's number 18, Caitlin Holmstrom of Rice Lake, and does. Gets the ball over to the left defense. Hudson gives that one up. That's number 3 for Hudson, Isabel Wisty. Izzy needs to do a much better job controlling that ball under pressure. That one was just given away way too easily. Ball gets turned over by the Raiders. Well, let's see. Who are they giving the throw-in to? It's out of the frame of the picture here. It was off of Rice Lake, so Izzy Wisty takes the throw-in for the Raiders. Rice Lake intercepts, has control of the ball for a little more than a nanosecond, and that goes back to Hudson again. Goalkeeper McKenna Olson for the Raiders gathers that ball in and gets ready to punt it away. I'd like to see McKenna Olson distribute that ball to defenders so they can carry it up the field under control and get the ball further into the attacking third for the Raiders. But she punts well, too. So Hudson Raiders controlling the ball. Past midfield in their attacking third. Danielson with the ball. Back taps to Ashley Anderson. Anderson to Ellie Young. Young gets the ball, or tries to get the ball over to her left side and can't. Comes back to Anderson. Anderson switches field, comes back to the right, tries to get it to Jensen, who gives up the ball to the Rice Lake defender. Rice Lake makes 2 passes, gives the ball up to Izzy Wisty, back to Young for Hudson. Back to Savannah Jensen for Hudson. Both teams struggling a little bit here to control possession. Savannah Jensen slots a ball for Stella Duffy here. Duffy up the right flank. The Rice Lake defender, that's number 7, Kaylin Capra, sends that ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for Duffy here. Duffy gets the ball to Jensen. Jensen with the ball at her feet, turns and tries to center the ball in across the goal face. Kicks it out of bounds off the end line there, and that's going to be a goal kick for the Rice Lake Warriors. Taking the kick for the Warriors is number 15, Madeline Aragoni. 22:48 into this game, 1-0 lead by Hudson on a header bounced in by Cameron Massini for the Hudson Raiders. Duffy with the ball for Hudson. High lofted ball into the center of the front line there for the Raiders. Controlled by Myers temporarily. Danielson now has the ball at her feet, dribbling, trying to gain space. Defender for Rice Lake, that's number 2, Katie Buckley, staying right with Anderson. Ball goes to the goalie, who goes down on 2 knees and traps the ball. Gathers it in and punts it away. Ellie Young for Hudson. Back passes to McKenna Olson, the goalkeeper for the Hudson Raiders. Not a very well-controlled ball by Olson. Gets turned over to Rice Lake temporarily. Hudson wins it back, gives it back to Rice Lake, who gives it back to Hudson, who gives it back to Rice Lake. Carly Tewinkle for the Raiders tries to send a ball up to the front. That's Emma Blank, number 10, on the left forward position for the Raiders. She turns and fires to no one except for the Rice Lake Warrior. Savannah Jensen controlling ball for the Raiders now. Slots the ball up to Cameron Massini on the right side. Massini with the ball, trying to get a little bit of space. Knocks it off the shins of number 12, and that's Madison Johnson for the Rice Lake Warriors. And that'll yield a corner kick for your Hudson Raiders. Taking the corner is going to be number 3, Maddie Danielson of the Raiders. And it doesn't look like anybody's going 2v1 against Rice Lake here, so Danielson will loft this ball into the goal box area. And does. Ball is dangerous. Another header by the Hudson Raiders, and Cameron Massini. Looks like she got bopped in the nose a little bit with that one. Massini with her second goal of the game with a header at the 24:48 mark, and Hudson leads this game 2-0 at Pug Lund Field here, the Dairy State Bank Stadium for the Rice Lake Warriors. Hudson 2-0 in the first half. Massini got a great game going so far, probably one of the offensive leaders of the Hudson Raiders all year. Taking the kickoff for the Rice Lake Warriors is Sarah Weber, the senior midfielder for Rice Lake. Down 2 goals. Looks like Massini may be coming off the field, and is. She might have ended up with a little bit of a bloody nose there. We'll see. Warriors kick off, but turn the ball over almost immediately to Hudson. Hudson has some space up on top there. That's number 16 for the Raiders, Morgan Brozek, getting some time. Ball gets turned over. Number 8 is Callie McCulloch for the Warriors. Hudson regains possession there. Ball goes to the center to number 13, Carly Tewinkle. Tewinkle turns the ball over. Hudson regains possession, but they turn it over. Brozek with the ball, comes back to Tewinkle. Tewinkle back taps to Anderson, who slots the ball over to that left side to Izzy Wisty. Wisty with the ball in back, sends it back to the center D for Hudson. Ashley Anderson gets the ball back up to Jensen on the right flank for Hudson. Stella Duffy now with the ball, intercepted by Rice Lake. Rice Lake with the ball across the center line, gets it over to number 2, Katie Buckley for the Warriors. Dangerous position here. Number 18, Duffy, trying to run alongside her, does not win the ball. Katie Buckley has it. Number 6 with a nice cut. Ella Weber with the ball in the center, trying to manufacture space to shoot, but cannot. The Hudson Raiders intercept the ball, and Jensen for the Raiders can't control the possession, and the ball goes out of bounds. Rice Lake, number 15, Madeline Aragoni will take the throw in. Number 6, Ella Weber with the ball now for the Warriors. This is dangerous. The Rice Lake Warriors send a ball. McKenna Olson coming out of goal to try and get the stop. Misjudges the time of the kick there, and shot got off and could have easily bounced into the goal, but went wide right of the goal by about 4 to 5 feet. Lucky break for the Raiders there that was not well played. McKenna Olson takes the goal kick for the Raiders. Goes right to a Warrior. Number 20 is Sarah Weber with the ball. Captain Sarah Weber with the armband on there. Ball bouncing in the penalty box for the Raiders, and the Raiders finally clear that out. Collinson, number 17 for the Raiders, putting pressure on Rice Lake. Rice Lake's right back just kicks the ball out of bounds, and that'll be a throw-in for the Raiders. Long throw-in for the Raiders, trying to get it up to Morgan Brozek there. Ball goes out of bounds off the Warriors, and it'll be a Hudson throw-in. Taking the throw for the Raiders is going to be number 3, Izzy Wisty. Wisty's got a pretty long throw, and it goes into the penalty box area there toward Hudson Raiders. Marley Johnston, not Johnston, who is that? And they get the shot off, goes right to the goalkeeper there. I've got to try to get that number for that Hudson Raider. But Brooke Olson for Rice Lake gathers that ball in and will punt it away. Jensen with the ball again, battling with Sarah Weber. Weber gets a touch, but it goes to Duffy. Duffy sends the ball into Morgan Brozek. Morgan Brozek with the ball, trying to get it out to the right side. Rice Lake intercepts. Sends the ball upfield off the feet of Duffy and out of bounds. That's going to be a Rice Lake throw-in from that spot right at the 50-yard line on the football field, center field for the soccer. Sarah Weber with the ball for Rice Lake, trying to get it to the left side, cannot connect with her teammate. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Raiders, and Stella Duffy, number 18, will take the throw. You see for the Raiders, Ashley Anderson as the center right back, and Maddie Danielson, number 23, the center left back. Carly Tewinkle also in the picture. Anderson with the ball, sends it over to Danielson. Danielson in the center of the field and back. Getting it out to the left side there, sends the ball up to Hudson there. That was Brozek with the ball. And that's number 10 for Hudson, Emma Blank in the center. Gets tripped up. They're going to give a free kick to the Raiders, and Danielson will take that kick. Coach Solom wants all the rest of the players forward. Ball comes up to the goal box there. Stopped by Brooke Olson, the goalkeeper for the Warriors. Good long kick by Danielson. She might have been a little more patient to allow her teammates up on top there, and maybe Massini would have got the hat trick with another header. Rice Lake, number 3, Emily Kay with the ball. Turns it over to Hudson. Brozek touches it to the outside to Collinson. Collinson with the ball on the left side cannot get it back to the center. Intercepted by number 7, Kaylin Capra for Rice Lake. They're calling a foul on that play. The ball will be set down, and a free kick will be taken by the Hudson Raiders. This could be another scoring opportunity. Rice Lake tries to form a wall. Pretty easy to see where 10 yards is on this field. Just use the line markers there, and the referee will back them up to just a few inches inside that line, and does. Taking the kick is Danielson for the Hudson Raiders. Let's see if she tries to go through the wall or up and over. Danielson with the up and over free kick into the goal area there, and it goes over the goalkeeper's hands. Did she touch it? If she did, that's a corner. Referee saying she did not touch it. The ball just went up and over untouched, and that'll be a goal kick by number 15, Madeline Aragoni for the Warriors after the miss. Good kick by Danielson. That was inches away from being an ESPN highlight. Battling for the ball, Ellie Young, number 12, now stepping up from center back to an offensive position here. Ellie Young gets a shot, puts it right on goal. Brooke Olson makes the stop and will punt it away again. Ball goes to number 8 for Hudson, which is Marley Johnston again back in the center midfield spot there. Emma Blank battling for a ball, tries to get it up to Jensen. Ball goes out of bounds off of Hudson. That'll be a Rice Lake Warrior throw-in for Aragoni. Ball's knocked down and out of bounds off of Rice Lake, and Emma Blank, number 10, throws the ball over to Wisty, number 3, now playing on the right side. Wisty with a big throw to Jensen. See if Jensen can get a touch, and does. Slides it across into the goal box area there. The 6-yard goal box, and the goalkeeper was the first one there to intercept the ball and punt it away. Weber trying to trap that ball, get a foot on it. Nice back pull there to maintain possession of the ball. Still has the ball, sends it, trying to send it to a teammate. Ashley Anderson intercepts, Gets it over to the left side to Young. Young over to Blank. Blank over to Jensen. Jensen with the ball now on the right side. Gets some free space there. Dribbling into the 30-yard area, into the attacking third. Jensen with the ball. Let's see if she can get a shot off. Slides it over to Ella Young. Ella Young gets a shot. I'm sorry, number 16 that is. Morgan Brozek gets a shot there, but it was right to the hands of the goalkeeper, Brooke Olson. And got to learn to go for when you got a 24 feet of goal and 2 feet of kid, you got to try for those other 22 feet of space. Another great scoring opportunity for the Hudson Raiders. Could easily be 3-0, 4-0, 5-0 if a couple of those balls over the goalposts were closer. Going 2v1 is Maddie Danielson and number 12, Ella Young for the Raiders. Young back to Danielson with a left foot chip. It goes over the hand of the goalkeeper and scored. Maddie Danielson, number 23. Great corner possession there for the Hudson Raiders. They're going 2v1. What that means is Hudson puts two kids. Rice Lake has to give at least 10 yards, so they get some space for some combination play. So the ball was touched in by Young and Danielson. It comes into open space by Danielson. She pulls the trigger on a left-footed shot to score the third goal of the first half for your Hudson Raiders. Great goal by Danielson with the left foot. Hudson leads 3-0. Rice Lake takes a kickoff, sends it right to Ani Lewis of the Hudson Raiders. Number 6 is Ella Weber for Rice Lake. Goes back to Danielson. Danielson's going to back tap to McKenna Olson outside her goal area, which is good. I've seen back passes score own goals before. You don't want that to happen. Raiders trying to maintain possession again. Ball goes back and forth, hits the referee. Emma Blank trying to get control. Back passes there. Johnston sends it back. Danielson trying to get it up to Massini, intercepted by number 7 for Rice Lake. That's Kaylin Capra. Ani Lewis fighting for the ball, goes off for Rice Lake. It'll be a throw-in for Hudson. Lewis passes back to Maddie Danielson, who sends it over to Ashley Anderson. Boy, tough pass goes right to Rice Lake, and Rice Lake almost gets a breakaway here, gets a shot, but nowhere near the goal, helping Hudson out there. It goes off of Hudson out the end line, really badly mishandled by Hudson's defense and goalkeeper there. Ball goes out of bounds, and that's going to be a corner kick for Rice Lake. You hate to give up corners. Player looking for a ball from the ball kids there who aren't paying attention. Corner kick's going to be coming here shortly behind a post for us, folks, so the camera doesn't quite get an angle on who took that kick. Izzy Wisty knocks that ball out from the right side of the goal there as the Hudson goalkeeper is in goal. Ball is sent upfield. Massini trying to run the ball down. Battling with it is Emma Blank, number 10, sends a ball up to the right side there. I don't think Massini's going to get that before it goes out of bounds. Rice Lake will take that throw in. Hudson needs to send that ball into open space. You can't kick that ball out of bounds when you got a potential breakaway opportunity. Rice Lake takes the throw in there. Ball's knocked out of bounds by Wisty. Rice Lake maintains possession. That's number 8, Callie McCulloch, taking the throw for the Warriors. Aragoni sends the ball back to the center, intercepted by Ani Lewis of Hudson, who gets the ball to Massini in the center. Massini passes the ball back out to the left side there. Gets the ball up to Lizzie Collinson. Lizzie Collinson back passes. And the shot from Marley Johnston comes into the goal box area there. There's Savannah Jensen with the ball, and the goalkeeper bobbling it a couple of times. Finally gets a hold of it. Brooke Olson for the Warriors gathers that in. Jensen had a golden opportunity to get her first goal of the game. Slaps her hands there, knowing full well she had the opportunity of the game there to put the 4th tally up for the Raiders, but can't quite get there. Hudson Raiders, Madison Danielson has the ball in the back third for Hudson. Touched by Ella Young, goes out of bounds, going to be a throw-in for the Warriors. Long throw in, headed down by Johnston. Rice Lake knocks down Emma Blank, number 10. For Hudson, the foul is called. Didn't see what happened, I apologize, but obviously Rice Lake knocked down Emma Blank. And Maddie Danielson will take the free kick there, sends about a 35 to 40-yard ball up the field. Number 12 for the Warriors is Madison Johnson. Gets it back to number 21, Haley Berger for Rice Lake. Ball goes back to Weber, Sarah Weber for the Warriors, but then gets turned over. Hudson steps up with Ani Lewis gaining possession here. Sends the ball to the right to Izzy Wisty. Wisty with the ball, trying to control and does. Gets by 2 Warriors. Gets the ball over to the left there to Liz Collinson. Collinson gets a good touch to keep the ball in play. Ball does go out of bounds off of Liz Collinson, and that's going to be a Rice Lake throw-in. Ashley Anderson for Hudson tries to maintain possession, loses the ball to Sarah Weber, who slots the ball up onto the left side there. It's number 21, Haley Berger. I'm sorry, 22. That is Lena Murillo for Rice Lake in the game now. Ball's intercepted by Emma Blank, who sends it back to Izzy Wisty, gets it up to Jensen. Jensen on the right side, crosses midfield there. Jensen still in control of the ball, puts it to her left side, crosses over to her right, tries to get a touch, uses the Rice Lake defender to knock it out of bounds. Aragoni sends the ball out of bounds. It'll be a throw-in for the Raiders. Jensen drops the ball. They're substituting. Let's see who Coach Solon puts in the game here. Izzy Wisty, number 3 for the Raiders, is going to take the next throw. Solom ends up putting Stella Duffy, number 18, back in on the right side there. Rice Lake kicks the ball out of bounds, so let's reset and do that all again. Izzy Wisty, number 3, with the ball, trying to get it up to Cameron Massini this time. It does. Good bit of footwork and control by Massini to maintain that ball. Sends it to the center to Marley Johnston. Johnston gets a shot and hits the football goalpost, about 2 feet higher than the 8-foot goalpost there of the soccer goal. Ball goes out of bounds. It will be a goal kick. That'll be Aragoni taking the kick. Madeline Aragoni, number 15 for the Rice Lake Warriors. Score is 3-0 with your Hudson Raiders still in the first half against the Rice Lake Warriors. Weber for Rice Lake getting the ball upfield. Ball's knocked around a little bit. It's going to go out of bounds. I believe that'll be a throw-in for the Hudson Raiders. Ashley Anderson, number 11, the junior defender for Hudson, is going to give that ball to Izzy Wisty, who's got a bit of a longer throw. Wisty is known for the strength and length of her throw-ins. Let's see how far she can get this ball, throwing the ball in around the 20-yard line here. Wisty gets more height, but gets it out to the 45 for a 25-yard throw. Ball goes out of bounds again. Let's see if Wisty can get this one farther. This ball she's going to throw in around the 30. Almost to the 40 of the other, so that's a 30-yard throw. Massini with a breakaway opportunity here, gets into some open space, crosses the ball in. There's number 17, Liz Collinson, trying to get a touch. Goes off the Rice Lake Warrior goalkeeper. That should be a corner kick. Oh, what on earth did they miss there, folks? That ball clearly was touched by Rice Lake defenders, if not the goalkeeper there, but they're giving the ball to Rice Lake, saying the kick was just out of bounds. I don't believe so. No matter. Hudson regains control of the ball, at least temporarily. Gives it back to Rice Lake. And they do us the favor by handing it right back. Ashley Anderson with the ball, gets it up to Carly Tewinkle. Tewinkle turns, has 5 yards of open space. Tries to send a ball to Massini under pressure. Ball comes back to Rice Lake. Hudson battles for the ball again with Ellie Young winning it, going back to her defenders. Emma Blank on the right side for Hudson with the ball. Wisty over to Tewinkle. Tewinkle steps on the ball and drops to the ground. Massini with the ball. Gets it up to Duffy. Duffy trying to get that ball up to the right side with an overlapping Cam Massini. Doesn't get there. Intercepted by Rice Lake. Kicked out of bounds. Wisty will take the throw in for the Hudson Raiders. and does another good long throw over the head of Massini, intercepted by Rice Lake, who maintains control and possession. That's Lena Murillo for Rice Lake. Gets it up to Sarah Weber. Weber can't control that ball, but neither can Hudson. They send it back, and number 21, Haley Berger for Rice Lake has it. They do us the favor again of sending the ball straight to Danielson in Hudson's back line. She gets it over to McKenna Olson, and McKenna sends a good ball out to Izzy Wisty on the right side, switching fields. Coming back to the center to Carly Tewinkle. Tewinkle gets the ball up to Massini, out to the left flank again for Hudson, but that ball's going to go out of bounds. Hudson can't catch up to that ball by Massini. It's going to be a throw-in for the Rice Lake Warriors. Substitutes coming in for Rice Lake as they take the throw-in here down 3-0 in the first half of your Big Rivers Conference matchup between the Hudson Raiders and the Rice Lake Warriors. Ball goes out of bounds off of Hudson's defenders. It's going to be another throw-in for the Rice Lake Warriors. Down to the feet of number 21, Haley Berger. Rice Lake, number 10. This is Mickey Booth with the ball. Gets it over to Lena Morello. Ball comes back up the left side. Ball goes out of bounds off Rice Lake. Lena Murillo cannot control that ball. And Izzy Wisty, number 3 for the Raiders, will take the throw-in. As we approach the end of the first half here, that was a short throw to Stella Duffy, but well controlled. No pressure. Duffy's a little surprised that she turns and no one's there. That's a kick by Massini. Goes off the hand of a Rice Lake Warrior. Nothing is called there. Ball is slotted to the middle. Lizzie Collinson has a chance for a breakaway, but can't keep the ball close enough under control. And the ball goes to Brooke Olson, the goalkeeper for the Rice Lake Warriors, who punts it away. Sarah Weber knocks the ball down for the Warriors, trying to maintain possession. Collinson forechecks and wins the ball. Tries to send it into the box, and Stella Duffy has a breakaway opportunity and scores. Stella Duffy, number 18 for the Hudson Raiders, puts up the 4th goal of the game. Collinson with a great assist to Stella Duffy. Slotted a good ball to the center. Duffy beats the defender, and at the 43-26 mark, about a minute and a half to go before the half, the Hudson Raiders get their 4th goal of the half to go up 4-0 over the Warriors. Hudson is clearly outpossessing the Rice Lake Warriors and beating them like a rented mule to every 50-50 ball. So Raiders, not surprising, are up 4-0. This could easily be a 6-0 game or more by the time it gets done. My guess is Coach Solom will start substituting freely in the second half here to give other players opportunities to get some experience in a Big Rivers Conference game. So we'll see if that's what he does in the second half. With just a minute or so left in this first half, the Raiders have the throw-in on the left side. Ani Lewis sends it back to Ashley Anderson. Anderson gets the ball over to Maddie Danielson, who has a goal here on a nice left-footed shot earlier in the game. Danielson to Wisty. Wisty under little pressure from Murillo there. Hudson's content in keeping control of the ball in their defensive back line. River Falls wins that ball, but not for long. Hudson rolls the Rice Lake Warrior there, but no call on a 50-50 play. Number 7, Kaylin Capra for Rice Lake heads back with the ball as she tries to turn it. And with very little skill on the Rice Lake Warrior team, they just knock the ball out of bounds. Wisty with the throw-in into the box area to Massini. Let's see if Hudson can put up their 5th goal of the half. Wisty with a nicely chipped ball into the box area. Collinson tries to win that ball. Goalkeeper Brooke Olson wins that battle and gathers the ball in and is ready to punt the ball away. Going to hear the whistle here for the end of the first half shortly. Wisty knees the ball up into the air, maintains control, and that's your whistle for the first half. After 45 minutes, your Hudson Raiders here at the Dairy State Bank Stadium at Pug Lund Field in Rice Lake are up 4-0 on the Rice Lake Warriors. Knute Johnson taking a break here for a second, rest the pipes, and here we go, ready for the second half with Rice Lake ready to kick off. Switching ends of the field here. Let's see if the Raiders can get another couple goals in the other direction there. Playing the ball back Ella Young with the ball, sends it up to Madison Danielson in the midfield for Hudson. She's trying to get it up to the right side there toward Jensen. Rice Lake intercepts, sends it back. Hudson regains possession. Johnston to Danielson. Danielson with the ball, sends it out to the left side to Ani Lewis. Ani Lewis, number 25, sends the ball up to Lizzie Collinson on the left there. Collinson had a great assist for the last goal. Massini now with the ball. Tries to get it through, but Rice Lake intercepts on a flat pass there. Collinson trying to win a ball in the left corner, and does. Trying to get by that defender, number 14. That's Leanne Klingenberg. Johnston with a shot there. Goes to the right side of the goal. It's going to be a goal kick for the Rice Lake Warriors. Number 14 for Rice Lake, Leanne, and boy, I may be mispronouncing this, Konenenberg. Konijnenberg. Konenenberg. Hudson with the throw in here. The header's popped up by Cameron Massini. Massini gets the ball down to the right foot. Here's a shot by Jensen. Trying to get space. Can't get it there. Open, empty netter. Oh, Lizzie Collinson need to drive that ball. Boy, you saw the goalkeeper, Brooke Olson for Rice Lake, way over on the right side as Hudson faces the goal. And Collinson had a shot and just put about 30% on a ball that needed about 70%. It would have been an easy empty net goal over on that left side for the Hudson Raiders, but Brooke Olson dives back and makes the save. Sarah Weber, Rice Lake, touches the ball up there, gets it back to their center D, number 7, Kaylin Capra. Rice Lake maintains possession for 2 passes there, 3 now, and then gives it up. Ashley Anderson for Hudson wins that ball, tries to get it to Jensen. Jensen trying to control the ball, sends it up to the middle there toward Lizzie Collinson, can't catch that ball. And Brooke Olson, goalkeeper for Rice Lake, distributes this time. Tries to get it out to number 21, Haley Berger there, but she looked like she had a phobia for that ball and ducked and cringed and ran away from it. Ball goes out of bounds off Hudson, number 8. Callie McCulloch takes a throw in. And Rice Lake once again just pounds it out of bounds under the slightest bit of pressure. Number 25 for Hudson, Ani Lewis, is going to take this throw in for the Raiders and does. Gets the ball to Massini. Massini pops that ball up. I think she had a little handball there, not seen by the referee. Maddie Danielson for Hudson controlling the ball. Good back tap to herself there, trying to get the ball up to Jensen, and does. Jensen bodies the ball down, gets it down, cuts it with the left foot over to the right. Tries to get a right foot on it. It's intercepted by number 10, Mickey Booth of Rice Lake. Hudson intercepts that ball. Massini now under control. Massini still under control with the ball. Taps it to Ani Lewis, number 25. Ani with the ball, trying to switch fields, and does. Gets it over to Jensen on the right side there. Jensen with a nice cut there. Tries to get it to the right side to Stella Duffy. Then again, Duffy with a chip in there. Intercepted by Madison Johnson of Rice Lake. Jensen with the ball again for Hudson in the center of the top right of the goal box there. Or the penalty box, I should say. Ball gets sent out of bounds by Hudson, and it'll be a Rice Lake throw-in. Aragoni for Rice Lake will take the throw-in. Ball's intercepted by Johnston, fighting hard, chips the ball up into the goal box area. There's Lizzie Collinson with a header over to Massini. Massini with her third opportunity of the game to score with a header. Bounced the ball down, goes just to the left of the goal. Good effort by Massini. Got to give Massini player of the game honors offensively for the Hudson Raiders. She's a tough kid. She works real hard, and she's got a real good nose for the goal. Love the way she plays. Good job, Cameron Massini. Number 12 for the Rice Lake Warriors is Madison Johnson with the goal kick there. Modest effort, maintained possession by Rice Lake, and it goes out of bounds. They get 2-3 touches, and they just shy away from the ball after that and cough it up and can't maintain possession. Marley Johnston of your Hudson Raiders with the ball. Sends it up to that right side, trying to get it to Jensen. Misplayed a little bit by Aragoni. Let's see, Aragoni's just going to kick that out the touchline on the right there, and that's going to be a throw-in for the Raiders. Stella Duffy for the Raiders is going to take this throw. Let's see if she can get that into the box and see if Hudson can create some more offense here. Good throw by Duffy, trying to get it to Massini's feet. It's intercepted by Rice Lake, though, and they clear the goal box area there. The ball is maintained possession by Hudson with Ashley Anderson. Now Rice Lake controls. Now Hudson's back. Massini going to fight for this 50-50 ball and wins that one. Gets it over to Lizzie Collinson. Collinson with the, what would we call those, aqua cleats today. Very visible. Rice Lake is going to take this throw. It's number 14, Leanne Konenenberg. That was a very short throw to number 21, but controlled by Haley Berger. Ball is sent up. Ashley Anderson's going to run back and back tap this to McKenna Olson, who sends it out to the right side there to Duffy. Duffy trying to get the ball up that right side and does. Nice ball by Duffy. Gets to Savannah Jensen, who loses control on that possession. Goes over to Rice Lake. Duffy, great job on defense by Stella Duffy. Boy, a lot of promise in that young freshman midfielder. You can see why she's out there. Well played by Duffy again. 15 is Aragoni for Rice Lake, sending the ball up to the right flank. Duffy steps up and gets the ball upfield, but possessed by Mickey Booth of the Warriors. Ball comes to Ani Lewis of the Raiders, who bodies the ball back to center back to Ashley Anderson. Header by Marley Johnston trying to control for Hudson, but it goes out of bounds. Goes out of bounds off Rice Lake. Ani Lewis will take this throw. Lewis to Massini. Massini back passes to Madison Danielson, who gets it to Ella Young. Young switches fields up to the top right. Jensen with the ball in control for Hudson. Defender giving her 3 yards of space, then steps in. Jensen does a nice job using the defender, sends the ball off her, and they'll take a throw in there. Looks like Hudson is substituting again as we speak. Duffy with the throw for the Raiders, getting it into the corner, putting it towards Emma Blank. Emma Blank gets the ball to Marley Johnston. Johnston loses control, goes over to Rice Lake. They get 2 passes. Ball goes back to Hudson. Ball is settled by Lizzie Collinson. There's Massini with the ball in the midst of 3 players. Gets to open space. Ani Lewis and Lizzie Collinson on that left side. But we couldn't win that ball cleanly. Rice Lake does a respectable job on defense, covering those marks and sending the ball out of bounds. It's going to be off of Hudson, and it's going to be a throw-in for the Rice Lake Warriors. Actually, ball went out the touchline. That'll be a goal kick, not a throw. Headed back in by Hudson. Cameron Massini battling for a ball. Rice Lake clears it big out of the zone again. That will be a Hudson Raider throw-in. Duffy with the ball on the right side. Massini with the ball. Whoa, takes a tumble. The ball got the best of her. It almost ate her alive. Duffy with another throw. Massini with the ball again. Duffy tries to get this one up and in. No Raiders. There's Marley Johnston with a left-footed shot. Goalkeeper Brooke Olson didn't know where that was. She spun around with a 360 and caught the ball in the second time around. Almost a kind of a quirky goal there by Marley Johnston. Danielson sends the ball up to the left side there. Collinson not there to receive it. That's number 7, Kaylin Capra for Rice Lake, just sends it out of bounds. You know, Rice Lake, a typical MO here, under any pressure at all, they just clear the ball and try to recover on defense. They just aren't confident enough in their one-on-one defensive skills, and you can understand why in a 4-0 Hudson lead. Lizzie Collinson with the ball tries to get it back into the goal box area. Capra sends it out for the Warriors, sends it up to Sarah Weber. Weber gets the ball to number 8, Callie McCulloch there. Rice Lake still maintaining possession here. Now they turn it over. Danielson with a nice win there on a 50-50 ball. Hudson gives it back and forth to Rice Lake, and they give it back to us. Rice Lake number 2, Katie Buckley with the ball right now, until Carly Tewinkle wins that ball. Rice Lake wins it back. Ball's going back and forth, controlled by neither team right now. Hudson wins the throw. Throw comes to Danielson, one of the better ball handlers on the team. That's why she's playing in the center midfield. Danielson gets the ball, trying to work a combination play with Massini there with a little give and go. Ella Young steps up nicely to win a ball, gets it to Massini. Massini tries to get a ball to Collinson, overtaken by the Rice Lake defender there. Ball's going to probably be carried out of bounds. It looks like that's going to be a throw-in for the Hudson Raiders. Ani Lewis, number 25, runs up to take that throw. In the second half here, the score is 4-0 with your Hudson Raiders. Substitutions are coming on and off the field as we speak, and Hudson's preparing to take the throw. Ball comes in, tries to be headed by Massini. Comes down to Danielson. Let's see if a shot comes here, and it does, but it goes way right, about 20-25 feet to the right side of the goal there, just a little misfired. There's the old saying, you got to get your hips faced where the goal is, and we just didn't quite get turned on that shot by Danielson. Ball goes way wide right, as the goal kick is taken by the Rice Lake Warriors. Rice Lake gets a couple of touches before turning it over to Hudson here, who turns it right back over to Rice Lake. Hudson wins the ball temporarily. That's Ashley Anderson, but gives it right back to Rice Lake. Tewinkle touched it momentarily, but can't maintain possession. Ellie Young touches it out to the Raiders. We lose possession on the right side there, and that'll be a throw-in for the Rice Lake Warriors. Tewinkle with the ball to the center. Good win by Cameron Massini. She comes back to the ball nicely to win those. Here's Emma Blank with a potential breakaway there. Emma Blank with the ball. It gets stopped. A good stop by Brooke Olson, who came out of her goal position with a good angle and stopped that shot by Emma Blank. Good effort by Blank. Ellie Young backtracking on the ball here, sends the ball to Hudson's goalkeeper. McKenna Olson needs to be careful there with two Rice Lake players on, sends it to a third player into open space. A little bit dangerous and casual on that play by McKenna Olson. Ashley Anderson, Stella Duffy trying to win that ball. McKenna Olson comes out and grabs that. We got a player down for the Raiders here. Let's see if they stop play. If the Rice Lake sends that ball out of bounds, they don't. I didn't see if that was Ella Young. Cameron Massini's on a breakaway. They're not going to stop this play. Cameron Massini gets a shot. I think they now will check on the player that's down on the field. It might be Ella Young on her hands and knees. Let's take a look. Yeah, the player is still down. That's Ashley Anderson, number 11. It looks like we might have a twisted ankle or maybe a knee. Sorry, I shouldn't speculate like that. I do not know what happened. But it is number 11, Ashley Anderson, as McKenna Olson from goal comes up and the other Hudson Raiders gather. Rice Lake as a team gathers as well. The athletic trainer on the field will be able to get a good look at Ashley Anderson and see what happened to her there and treat her appropriately. Sorry to see that. It looks like she's walking better, though. I'm hoping that it's just a little bit of a strain and nothing major for Ashley Anderson. Let's hope the best for her. So they should play this goal kick from Rice Lake, and they do. Sarah Weber gets it over to number 8, Callie McCulloch. McCulloch still with the ball on the right side for the Warriors, taking it downfield. Hudson giving her plenty of respect, almost too much. Rice Lake sends the ball into the center. There's number 18, Stella Duffy. Oh, the ball's headed by Rice Lake. And McKenna Olson comes out on that ball, and the Rice Lake Warrior player headed that ball, and if she'd have put a little mustard on that thing, could have maybe forced it into the goal, but McKenna caught the ball from behind to make another save. And the Raiders are back on attack here. 21 for Hudson is Lauren Chuckle is in the game now for the Hudson Raiders. Just what I thought with Coach Steve Sola might be putting in additional players here to give them some experience, and that's a smart idea. Massini with the ball for the Raiders with the left foot, tries to slot it across the goal box face and does. Myers with the ball for Hudson, passes back to Danielson, number 23. Let's see if Danielson can manufacture enough space for another shot. Good defense by Rice Lake. Mackenzie Myers with the ball. Passes back to Carly Tewinkle. Tewinkle under control now. Tries to lift the ball up into the penalty box and goal box area and does, but it goes right to Brooke Olson, the goalkeeper for Rice Lake. Punt is away, comes to the bottom of the circle. Sarah Weber got a touch temporarily and regains possession there. Aragoni and Weber up on top for the Rice Lake Warriors now. Massini from Hudson with the ball. Chuckle back to Massini. Massini to the outside there to Duffy. Duffy back to Chuckle. Goes off of Stella Duffy, number 18 there, and that's going to be a Rice Lake Warrior throw-in. Duffy gets that ball back up to Massini. Massini passes over there. That's number 16 for Hudson, Morgan Brozak back in the game. Massini with the ball, gets it over to Chuckle again. Number 2 for Hudson, Adele Duffy. Sister's in the game right now. Maddie Danielson's going to drop that ball. And again, number 2, junior defender Adele Duffy is going to take that throw. Throws it back to Danielson. Gets the ball up to Massini. Massini gets the ball back to number 13, Carly Tewinkle. Tewinkle with the ball. Chuckle with it now. Massini. Hudson just batting the ball up around, but they can't manufacture a shot up on top. Let's see what happens here. 4-0 game. Massini back to Chuckle over to the right side there now for Hudson. Hudson lifts the ball, goes up and wide to the left of the goal, and that's going to be a goal kick for the Rice Lake Warriors. Boy, the ball was kind of floundering around the top of the penalty box, and Hudson just couldn't do anything with it, couldn't manufacture a shot. Chuckle with the ball, sends it out to Duffy. Duffy lofts the ball into the center there, and it bounces once and into the hands of Brooke Olson, goalkeeper for Rice Lake. I think that ball is touched out by Myers of Hudson. It's given to Rice Lake for the throw. Sarah Weber flicks that up to no one. That ball's going to go out of bounds, and that's going to be a throw-in for the Raiders. Duffy gets the ball here for the throw. She may back pass with all the room that Hudson has behind him here. And does. Danielson with the ball and about 10 or 15 yards of open space. Rice Lake does. Sarah Weber closes fast on that. They had to be a little quicker. Emma Blank with the ball, sends it up to the right, but no one's there for Hudson. Izzy Wisty on the right side there was conservatively back. Wisty with the throw in here for Hudson. Massini with the ball. Gets the ball back to Massini in the right corner. Massini with the shot. And Brooke Olson stops that ball before Lizzie Collinson can redirect or find some space in front of that goal to get Hudson's 5th goal of the game. Tewinkle battling for a 50-50 ball here, won by Rice Lake. Stepped in by Lizzie Collinson, but goes over to Rice Lake. They pass it back to Hudson, and Maddie Danielson has the ball in control. Danielson with the long ball upfield trying to hit Massini. Massini with a deft touch gets past the Rice Lake defender. There's Massini, slots the ball over to the right side into the goal box area there. But playing on the right side, I think that was Emma Blank. Emma Blank could not get any free space to develop a shot there, going one-on-one with the keeper. Brooke Olson from Rice Lake punts that ball away. Sarah Weber for Hudson drives the ball up high. It's going to be McKenna Olson coming out of the goal and playing the ball with her feet out to the right side to the defender. Bad misconnection there. The ball goes out of bounds. It's just going to be a throw-in for Rice Lake. We got to play that a little cleaner for Hudson, too. Hudson has plenty of time to play those balls back to defenders and out to defenders, I should say, and just misconnected and knocked the ball out of bounds. That's something Rice Lake would do. Rice Lake battling for the ball here with Adele Duffy. That's number 8, Callie McCulloch for Rice Lake, battling with Adele Duffy and winning the ball and getting a shot off. Ball goes to the left side of the goal for Rice Lake as they face the goal, and that's going to be a punt here. Now this is the goalkeeper for Hudson. I believe this is Abigail Carlson for the Hudson Raiders, and so I inappropriately misidentified McKenna Olson on that last goal touch out of bounds, and I think that is our freshman goalkeeper, Abigail Carlson, that's in the game right now. Ball is punted by Rice Lake, and Rice Lake may have sent a substitute goalkeeper in. And if I'm correct now, Mac Olson, the sophomore goalkeeper, is probably the sister. Mac Olson is O-L-S-E-N, and Brooke Olson is O-L-S-O-N, so they are not sisters, but twin daughters of different mothers, apparently. Rice Lake has a throw in here. This is number 8, Callie McCulloch. Ball's misplayed by number 6. That's Ella Weber of Rice Lake, and Hudson's Adele Duffy is going to take the throw in for Hudson. Ball's knocked out of bounds, it looks like, by number 16. It wasn't off Brozek, it was off Rice Lake. Adele Duffy back passes to Maddie Danielson. Maddie switches fields but goes right to Rice Lake, doesn't connect with a Hudson Raider. Rice Lake sends the ball to the outside on the right. Adele Duffy battling for the ball and wins it. Mackenzie Myers turns and gets the ball upfield, trying to hit Massini. Goes past her to Rice Lake, and Rice Lake now controls the ball. Haley Berger for Rice Lake with the ball on the right side, trying to send a ball up, goes off the shins of Mackenzie Myers. Battling for this ball is Maddie Danielson. Looks like they're going to call a foul. Looks like it's a handball on Rice Lake and a free kick for Hudson. Maddie Danielson will take the free kick, and does. Good ball, good 45-yard ball by Danielson. Gets up to Massini. Massini in the center for Hudson, battling the ball with Rice Lake, and Rice Lake wins that battle. Ella Young with Hudson with the ball now, trying to get it outside, passes it right to the Rice Lake midfielder. Rice Lake maintaining possession up the left side there. Izzy Wisty running hard to win that ball. The ball goes out of bounds out the touch line rather than the end line. So good hustle by Wisty to avoid a potential corner kick for Rice Lake and just give them a throw-in. You'd much rather have the throw-in versus the corner kick. So right near the post there, it's going to be a throw-in for the Rice Lake Warriors. Ball is played back. Murillo with the ball, sends the ball in, and really to no one. I don't think we've seen a quality scoring opportunity by Rice Lake the whole game. I think the closest scoring opportunity was a bouncing ball that was headed by a Rice Lake Warrior that got a little bit past McKenna Olson out by the top of the penalty box on the 24 or 18-yard line or so, but McKenna just turned and quickly caught up to the ball and gathered it in safely, so it really was not much of a scoring opportunity. Hudson's defense and goalkeepers have done a nice job shutting out the Rice Lake Warriors today. At the throw in here, substitutions are coming on and off the field right now. Number 6, Ella Weber for the Rice Lake Warriors is going to take this throw. Short throw to Haley Berger. Hudson intercepts. Danielson with a longer ball to the midfield there for Hudson. Massini with the ball. Good control. Tries the back pass, getting checked a little bit by the Rice Lake Warrior. Ball goes out of bounds off Hudson. It'll be a throw in for Rice Lake. And another. Hudson trying to get the ball upfield, goes out of play off a Rice Lake Warrior. It'll be another throw in for Hudson as more substitutions come on and off for both teams. Wisty, number 3 for Hudson with this throw in. Rosa Bixler for the Warriors has the ball, gets it upfield. That's a new player, Caitlin Holmstrom of Rice Lake, trying to get a touch on the ball but doesn't. Haley Berger with the ball. Marginal throw in there by number 5, Rosa Bixler. And number 14, Leanne Konenenberg kicks that ball out of bounds, and Adele Duffy for the Raiders is going to throw it in. She back passes to Maddie Danielson. Danielson continues to try and switch fields from the left to the right side. Ashley Anderson, good to see her back in the game. Couldn't have been too serious with the knee or ankle. Pass back to the goalkeeper. Ball was sent upfield toward Chuckle there. Morgan Brozak for the Raiders tries to get a touch on the ball there. Can't control it. Goes over to Rice Lake. Back to Hudson. Back to Rice Lake. A long ball by Rice Lake sent to Hudson, and goalkeeper is out there. Trying to get it out to the right side. Sent it right to Rice Lake. Hudson does intercept with Wisty. Gets the ball back for Hudson. Now it's Chuckle to Myers. Myers chips the ball up to the left side there for Hudson. Duffy for Hudson trying to control the ball. Ball goes out of bounds. They're going to call it, and they're going to call a throw in for the Warriors. Ball went off of Duffy there. Intercepted by, looks like we got the Duffy sisters there at the left mid and left D spots with Stella number 18 and Adele number 2. Nice to see the Duffy sisters playing well. Morgan Brozak back to Stella Duffy, number 18. Duffy there with the ball. Sends the ball in with her left foot. See who's there. And Emma Blank, number 10 on the right side there. Trips over the ball. Gives it to Rice Lake. Rice Lake tries to come back. Hudson intercepts. Adele Duffy steps up to win a ball. Slots the ball over to sister there, Stella. Stella crosses the ball again. Hudson can't maintain possession of that. Chuckle trying to win a ball against Rice Lake defender here, and does. Oh, and loses it back. That's number 2, Katie Buckley, battling with Miss Chuckle. Rice Lake with the ball. That's number 7, Kaylin Capra with the ball in the back. Sends it out of bounds. Going to be a throw in for the Hudson Raiders. Wisty, number 3, with the ball, ready to throw. Big throw toward the box. Ball's headed out. Another throw. Let's see if Wisty can get this one up and in the box deep. Yeah, a little pop throw there to Emma Blank. Inside the penalty box, trying to get it to the center. Nobody on the left side for the Hudson Raiders. Boy, I always have said that the leading goal scorer on any team is going to be the person who understands the concept of the backside. In other words, wherever the pressure is coming from, if you're an offensive player on the other side of the goal, as that ball just slides across, you'll have a lot of empty net goals from that position. So if you understand the backside, you can be the leading goal scorer of the team. Chuckle, number 21, with the ball for Hudson. Sends it over to Myers, number 15. Myers with the ball in center of the field, takes a shot. It's off the Rice Lake defender. And Rice Lake bangs it out of bounds there. That's number 14, Leanne Konenenberg. I know you think I'm mispronouncing that, but it's Konijnenberg. Konenenberg. Weird. Rice Lake with the ball. Kaylin Capra sends that ball upfield. Ashley Anderson for Hudson heads it down. Adele Duffy, number 2, back taps to Danielson. Danielson stops the play. Whistle's called. Penalty's called. Must have been a little bump in the back. Free kick is going to be taken by Haley Berger, number 21, for Rice Lake. Hudson gets a little casual with the ball in the center, trying to make passes to each other, and we passed it right to a Rice Lake Warrior who took a shot and missed the goal by just a foot or two. Can't be that casual with the ball in the defensive third there, Hudson. Abigail Carlson normally wears number 0, but tonight it's with the orange jersey that she's wearing. It's number 22. Wisty trying to maintain possession, turns it over to Rice Lake. Gets another touch there. Now Hudson gets the ball up. Brozek, number 16, gets it out to the right side to Emma Blank. Blank sends the ball forward. There's Stella Duffy. Little mistouch by the Raiders turns it back over to Rice Lake. Hudson regains possession here. 12 is Ella Young. Young taking the ball on the right side, trying to, with a burst of speed, get some open space, and does. Let's see if she can cross this ball. The ball is towed out of bounds by the Rice Lake Warrior, and that'll be a corner kick for the Hudson Raiders. Hudson has had great luck on the corners here. Let's see if they go 2v1 and have a play set up, or if they're just going to let Maddie Danielson loft this ball into the goal box, which it looks like they are. Danielson should set that ball somewhere between the 6-yard line and the penalty box at the 18, and does. It's a perfect ball. Stella Duffy bodies the ball down but can't maintain possession. Ball's touched out of bounds by Rice Lake. It'll be a throw-in for the Hudson Raiders. Adele Duffy, number 2, with the throw-in. Gets the ball down that left side. The ball is touched out by Stella Duffy. It'll be a throw-in for the Rice Lake Warriors. Got a foul called on Hudson there. I think looks like Stella Duffy got caught up. Oh, they called a foul on Rice Lake. Duffy and the Rice Lake Warrior got tangled up, and they both went down and called the foul on Rice Lake. Going to be a free kick taken by Danielson. Looks like Maddie Danielson takes all the free kicks and corners for the Hudson Raiders. Got good feet, both right and left side for shots and driven balls. Beautifully driven ball by Danielson there, but no Hudson Raiders up in the goal box area to deflect or turn that ball in. You know, your main goal for those players is to cause some confusion up in that box area and not give that goalkeeper a clean catch. It was a great ball by Madison, but not much help by the forwards of Hudson there to create any misdirection or deflection for an opportunity for a goal. Adele Duffy with the ball in the back with Hudson. Now over to Maddie Danielson. Plenty of time again. They give Danielson room because of her good ball handling skills. Ella Young, number 12, with the ball now. Turns it over to Rice Lake. And Rice Lake just bangs it out of bounds. I'm shocked. Adele Duffy with the throw-in for the Hudson Raiders. Ball is knocked down by the Warriors. Ella Young gets a touch. Adele Duffy sends it to Stella. Stella sends it out of bounds, and that'll be a throw-in for the Warriors. Duffy to Duffy is a pretty good combination for the Raiders there. Adele Duffy bodies that ball out of bounds from the throw. It'll be another throw for the Warriors. This one knocked down by the Warriors. Ella Young has control. Tries to send it to Myers. Myers battling for the ball. Wins it, loses it. Wins it again, loses it again. Warriors have the ball, but they can't do anything with it. Izzy Wisty on the right side for Hudson on the defense, and Wisty just knocks the ball uncharacteristically out of bounds. Shouldn't do that. Substitutions coming in for the Rice Lake Warriors. Number 20 is Sarah Weber, the senior midfielder and one of the captains for the Warriors, coming back on the field. 4-0 in the second half here of Big Rivers Conference play with the Rice Lake Warriors versus the Hudson Raiders. We're at Pug Lund Field in Rice Lake tonight. And once again, under the little bit of pressure, Kaylin Capra, the defender for Rice Lake, just knocks the ball out of bounds. We need to send them thank yous for the number of times they give us possession by just knocking the ball out of bounds. I'll be disappointed if Hudson doesn't get another 1 or 2 goals here with the pressure that they're putting on this team. Rice Lake and Hudson. Hudson gets the ball into the goal box area there. There's Kaylin Capra again trying to get the ball out. Good pressure by Stella Duffy. Hudson steps up. Massini battling for a ball here. One back. It's Brozek with the ball now for Hudson. Brozek with the ball, and Brozek scores number 16 for the Hudson Raiders. Morgan Brozek gets a little bit of open space and makes a move around one defender. Sends the ball in. Didn't have a lot of mustard on it, but it had enough, and that's a 5-0 lead at the 81-27 minute mark with about 8.5 minutes to go in this game. Hudson Raiders now lead 5-0 on the goal by Brozek. That's just what I was talking about. I'll be disappointed. I know that we've got at least one more goal in us for the Hudson Raiders. Let's see if we can end this thing at least 6-0. Ready for the kickoff. The most often used phrase in this game today are the Rice Lake Warriors. Sarah Weber sends the ball over to their right side. Stella Duffy competing for the ball. Little give and go action, intercepted there by Hudson. Emma Blank won that ball. Ball goes out of bounds. Emma's going to take the throw and does, up toward Massini. See if Massini can get some open space and get a hat trick today. I'd like to see Massini. Let's see if she can get one with her feet. She's got two with her head. Sarah Weber with the ball for the Warriors sends the ball upfield really to no one there, and Maddie Danielson calmly picks that ball off and is going to play back, I'm sure, to the goalkeeper here, Abigail Carlson, and does. Carlson plays a good ball back to Danielson. Danielson switching fields, goes to the right side there, wide open for the Hudson Raiders is Morgan Brozek, who just scored the goal. Brozek to Massini. Massini with the ball on the right foot. Gets intercepted there by Rice Lake. That's number 22, Lena Murillo for Rice Lake. Emma Blank now for Hudson has control of the ball. Tries to get it out to the left side to Adele Duffy and does. Duffy sends it up to Stella. Adele to Stella. That looked like a handball by the Rice Lake Warriors. That was not called again. The ball was shot but bounced into the hand of the Rice Lake Warrior, knocked down, gathered in by the goalkeeper and punted away. Adele Duffy heads the ball up toward Emma Blank, calling a foul on Sarah Weber there, who was obstructing Emma on that play. It'll be a free kick by Maddie Danielson there, number 23 for the Raiders, on about the 35-yard line with the football markings. Danielson, let's see if she lofts the ball in, and does. Top of the box. Adele Duffy gets a shot off that's bounced up in the air off the foot of the Rice Lake player defenders there, and into the hands of Mac Olson, the backup goalkeeper for the Rice Lake Warriors. Chuckle with the ball for Hudson, trying to send it out to Wisty, and does. Wisty trying to get it up to the right side, can't quite get it there, intercepted by Rice Lake. Nice ball is sent up, slotted through to Sarah Weber, but instead of trying to go 1v1 with the last defender and then break away with the goalkeeper, Sarah Weber just punched the ball up right to the goalkeeper to make an easy stop. So Sarah Weber for Rice Lake plays hard, but that was not a very smart play. Good step up by Chuckle to win this ball. Emma Blank with the ball for Hudson now. Gets it to the left side there. Adele Duffy trying to chase after, and does. Ball's kept in bounds. Good job by Duffy. Duffy to Duffy again on that left side. Morgan Brozek back taps the ball to Emma Blank. Blank gets it over to, who have we got here? That's 15, Mackenzie Meyer. Mackenzie Meyer's playing well today for Hudson, too. Lena Murillo for Rice Lake gets the ball, but loses possession. Stella Duffy, number 18, with the ball. Still maintains. Tries to get it to the center. There's Mackenzie Myers, and there's number 20 for Hudson, Cameron Massini, with a nice driven ball. Goes to the right side of the goal. Almost the hat trick for Massini. Nicely driven ball, though, by Massini. That's well struck. Here's number 12, Madison Johnson, taking the goal kick for the Warriors. Stella Duffy sends the ball over. This might be the trick for Massini. Gets tangled up with two defenders for Rice Lake. Rice Lake doing a respectable job on defense against Massini in that case. Massini, probably the most dangerous weapon for Hudson right now with her creative play. Ball's bouncing around the goal box there, and there's Stella Duffy. Can't quite get a foot on it. Rice Lake does and stops that attempt. Adele Duffy from the back sends the ball back into the center to Myers. Myers over to Blank. Blank back to Myers. Emma Blank wins that ball back again. Sends the ball back to the center back to Ashley Anderson. Anderson trying to get it back up to midfield is intercepted by Rice Lake and banged forward there. Goalkeeper should come out of the box and play this with her feet. She's going to let that ball come right into the goal box there. That's Abigail Carlson. That's a nice job. And it distributes. We're going to have to work on that goalie throw, but distributes the ball to a defender, and that's the important thing. Adele Duffy heads the ball up there to Emma Blank. Emma Blank is going to switch fields here to the right side, trying to get it to Cameron Massini in the midfield, actually. Massini comes and wins that ball. Still maintains possession, battling for it with Rice Lake. Hudson maintaining possession. Wisty back to Anderson. Anderson back to the middle of the field. Chuckle in the midfield loses possession of the ball, wins it back there. Good job, Chuckle. Lauren Chuckle is the younger sister of Karen Chuckle, who was a goalkeeper for a famous, awfully handsome coach for Hudson for a few years by the name of John Knutson. I've heard many tales of him. Some of them were good. Ball goes out of bounds off the end line here, and it's going to be a goal kick for the Rice Lake Warriors. 5-0, Hudson Raiders in the waning minutes of the game here against the Rice Lake Warriors. Lena Murillo for Rice Lake gets the ball upfield, turns the ball over. Wisty's going to gain possession here, gives it right back. Adele Duffy sends that ball out wide. Hudson does maintain possession here. Chucko gets the ball, trying to get it up to Blank. Can't quite get it there. Sarah Weber, Rice Lake, has the ball at her feet but can't find it. Del Duffy again gets it to Emma Blank. Emma Blank trying to get the ball up to Stella Duffy. Open space here. Stella Duffy with a breakaway opportunity on the left-hand side. Crosses the ball to the center, and for Hudson, number 16, Morgan Brozek, buries the ball for her second goal of the game on a breakaway. There is a beautiful ball sent up on the left side. I believe that was Duffy to Brozek. And Hudson takes a 6-0 lead with about a minute and a half to go in the game. At the 88-32 mark, Hudson leads this game 6-0. Boy, I'm getting a sore voice saying this, but Rice Lake is ready to kick off. Minute and a half to go, and Rice Lake has certainly had enough here. I think they just want the game to end mercifully. Adele Duffy there throwing the ball in. Goes out of bounds off Rice Lake. Hudson gets another opportunity. Rice Lake really just simply couldn't muster any defense whatsoever. They're going to give a yellow card to Sarah here. Sarah Weber, number 20, gets a yellow card for knocking down, I think that might have been Lauren Chuckle, or it might have been Emma Blank, sorry. But yellow card is issued. I'm sure that's a frustration foul by knocking her down like that. That might make Hudson mad enough to put up a 7th goal. Let's see what they're going to call here, folks. Looks like there must be a foul, and there was. They're giving a free kick to Hudson. Danielson, way back at the 45-yard marker of the football field, is going to take the free kick here. Nicely driven ball up to the top. There's Stella Duffy fighting for that. With the Rice Lake Warrior, Morgan Brozek. That's Brozek again. Gets a right foot shot off, but I'm not sure she knew where the goal was since she shot it straight, which was about 20 feet to the left of the goal. Could have been Brozek's hat trick. 6-0. The Hudson Raiders lead the Rice Lake Warriors here in the waning seconds now of the Big Rivers Conference matchup. Ball gets thrown into the box area. Hudson's battling for it. There's Brozek in the box. Rice Lake gets it out. Massini turns with a left foot, tries to chip one in. Hudson back passes there, tries to get it back into the box area. Emma Blank going for it. Rice Lake drives the ball out there. Maddie Danielson trying to gain control and possession, and does. And ladies and gentlemen, that is the end of your Big Rivers Conference matchup. After 90 minutes, the Hudson Raiders win 6-0. This is Knute Johnson signing off for Raider Soccer.